Check out this beauty. Now I just got to find a place to sit. Ooh. Yeah. Perfect. This reading is for anybody that feels particularly stagnant at the moment. I brought out my Sacred Travelers cards today, and I absolutely love this deck because it's incredibly delicate and gentle, and I couldn't have picked a better spot to do this reading today. So if you feel called to, stick around, because there might be something in here for you, something that you need to hear to free up that movement, because a lot of us don't feel like we're doing that great. A lot of us don't feel like change is happening, when actually change is always happening, even if we can't see it, which can sometimes be really difficult. So let's delve into this movement. Let's see what it is that you need to know. Well, I guess they're ready. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Okay, what else for me, please? Now, if the shuffling is bad today, you'll have to excuse me. It's really cold out in the forest. My hands are frozen. Beautiful. What else have we got? I am loving these cards. It's funny because you're doing more than you know, more than you could ever realise. They're talking about taking action, trusting the direction that you're going in, trusting our own kind of intelligence within this, our own knowledge, so to speak. And it talks about having a certain confidence with that, walking with your head held high, and love. This is a voyage of the heart. I'm going to actually leave it at that. So what are these 4 cards telling me? Let's start with the first one. Valiant courage. Take action with passion. Passion's a funny word, isn't it? We often don't feel like we have a lot of passion, especially when it comes to taking a certain action, especially if that action scares us. If it's something that is intimidating, scary, something new. With this card being the first card out, take action with passion. I feel like you've been holding yourself back. I feel like you've not necessarily been trusting yourself. They want you to change that. They want you to be your biggest supporter, because at the end of the day, the only person that can make this work, that can take this step with passion, is you. And I know sometimes that puts a little bit of pressure on, but they aren't sending this card to scare you. They just want you to act when you feel like you have that passion behind you, when that energy builds. Whenever there's something that we want to do, something that we feel quite excited, passionate about, how easy is it to take that step? And an example's popping into my head. You know, when we see an injustice, when we see somebody who's being treated wrongly, we can see that clear as day. That is very easy to be passionate about, especially when it's somebody that we care about. But taking this passion for ourselves, so much harder. But why is it? Because you should be passionate about your journey. You should be passionate about what this action is. And if we're not, why? I want to leave you with that question. If you can, journal it. Why am I not connected to my passion? Is it because we don't believe in ourselves? Is it because we're not used to giving ourselves that kind of spotlight? Giving ourselves our own passion? Maybe that's always been somebody else's. Maybe we've always felt more comfortable giving that to other people and less comfortable with taking that for ourselves. Now, I do want to say, you don't have to do this right now. It doesn't have to be today. But think about what it is you're passionate about and let that energy flow. Let that energy build. it'll reach a point where you have to do something. Because this is where we get into the next card, taking shelter. And it says the answers are within. It's funny because you know this. You have these thoughts, these conversations with yourself, and they tend to go a similar direction. Maybe this energy comes up, and then maybe a little bit of doubt does. And before you know it, you've shut this down. You don't trust the answers that you have. You don't trust the way that you want to go. And this is where I want to turn to the title, taking shelter. The way that this person is leading themselves with this lamp, trusting the way that they're moving, trusting that if they give themselves a little bit of time, a little bit of energy to figure this out, to allow that energy to build, to wait for that passion to start, that is what is important. The answers are within you. You do know what you need. You do know what you deserve. And although that might be a bit squiffy, sometimes we've got to work with squiffy. Sometimes we start with squiffy and we can straighten it out as we go. You don't have to be perfect from the get-go, but you do have to trust the answers that are within. Because if anybody knows best, it's you. What about that third card? This is Wondrous Universe, and it talks about walking in beauty. We're still talking about energy here, a bit like the Passion card. When you feel passionate about something, you walk with your head held high, shoulders back, chin up. I'm here on a mission. That is essentially what they're asking us to walk in this beauty. That even if we're on this journey and things don't quite go how we expect them to, walk in beauty. Always see a positive side to something, very much like yin and yang. When there's negatives, there's always a little bit of positives. Equally, when there's positives, there's always a little bit of negative. They have to live in harmony. They have to live in balance. If we expect that everything has to be positive, or if we believe that everything is always negative, we're going to end up creating that. We're going to end up seeing that in our reality. So there might be a bit of a balance issue at the moment. We might not necessarily see our beauty within us. We might not necessarily trust it. Maybe we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe we're waiting for something to come along and to snatch it away from us. But this is where I come back to that passion. If you are passionate about something, no matter what that is, allow that passion to carry you, because it's that energy that is going to get you further than you could ever imagine. So, put your chin up, put your shoulders back, and walk like you mean it. And finally, Voyage of the Heart. Now it says here, love flows through you and to you. We don't often believe that a lot of these things happen out of love, especially if there is negatives around you at the moment. Trusting that it's meant for us, trusting that actually there is love there and this is a voyage of the heart, can be really difficult sometimes. And this is a process that we all have to go through. Your journey, your voyage of the heart, it's not a simple process. And I think you know this, but I'm wondering if it's something that we've forgotten a little bit. That this journey that you're on, it is all for you. It is a voyage of your own heart. And that everything that's happening, whether you are taking action with passion, whether you are trying to walk in beauty and see the good, but also the bad, accepting that they are actually one. Maybe it is trusting the answers, the knowledge within ourselves here. Do know that that all comes from a place of love. Maybe there's a change needing to happen. Maybe there's an energy around us at the moment that doesn't serve us, at least for our highest good. Maybe for this moment, you're meant to be listening to your heart, where it is that you want to go, what is important to you. This isn't an easy journey, but let that energy build. Wait for that passion to become so strong that you can not do it. It's a hard one, because most of the time we stop ourselves. We don't trust our own intelligence within us. We don't trust the things that we want, the things that we know that we deserve. And if you are in that position, reevaluate, because you are incredibly deserving of this. And I feel like that's somebody else's voice. If you believe that you're not, journal about it. Let it come up. Feel it. Hear it. Because at the end of the day, that's why it's coming up. To be let go of. Because it just doesn't serve you in this new chapter. This new energy that you're moving into. The new energy that your heart is moving into. This isn't something that you have to rush. It's not something that we have to panic about. Everything in this day and age moves so fast. You have to get on it now. Otherwise it might not be there next time you look. But most of the time, that simply isn't true. Why is there always a plane? I don't think you realise how much of an effect this is going to have. Will you keep it down? Because it might feel weird focusing on yourself, but I need you to understand that the more we listen to us, the more we do go on this journey of our own heart, our energy changes, and people see that, people feel it, and that is going to have more of an effect than you think. There's a reason why you're being called to look after you at the moment. There's a reason why you're being asked to take action with passion. I know you will be scared. Take a deep breath, shoulders back, chin up, and take a step through that door. You are meant for this. It's going to have more of an effect than you think. This is your journey. And I think it's about time you started acting like it. Thank you for joining me today. This is an absolutely beautiful spot. And I'm very glad that I brought my sacred travelers out with me today. It was a beautiful message that came through this morning, and I hope that it really helped you. You're not stuck, you're not stagnant, you're not lost. Energy is building, energy is changing, and it's all for you. I'll see you in the next one.